Tune in to another edition of It's Too Early for All That. I am your humble host, Jay, filmmaker, animator, and your guide to everything under the sun. I've got coffee in hand, and I'm ready to kick the day off with some fresh, hot takes. And I'm joined with none other than my ride or die, Lee. How are you doing today, my good friend?
Let me pose a question to you. What would you do? What would you do if your son was at home, lying all alone from the bed to the floor because he's hungry? Yeah. And the only way to feed him,
Yeah.
possibly,
Yeah.
would be to sleep with a man for a little bit of money.
Has just been released. It's coming in theaters on December 13th. The first 8 minutes have been released for your viewing pleasure to drum up hype. My question to you is, what does that say about the film Craven the Hunter, who's had a lot of trailers, posters, releases to get the hype up behind it, but it just can't seem to do it. What is your take on it? Why aren't people getting behind this
The,
film?
my take on it is Sony's desperately saying, please be excited. Please come see my movie. I mean, it looks like it might be fine. I just think the only reason that people aren't excited is because it's yet another Sony Spider-Man offshoot that they're trying to make a fucking thing. How many fetches? How many times has Sony made Spider-Man say fetch? They're trying to make fetch happen. What is, because they did this shit with Mobius. That was fetch as fuck. Venom wasn't quite as fetch, but that's why it was working out.
Madam Web.
Who Madam Web, where like you watch any interview with Dakota Johnson post the film's release, and she's just like, "That's not lied. That's not even what the fuck I signed up for. I got." I got there, the shit was all wrong. My dress size was fucked up. The makeup artist didn't know how to do makeup for wispy white women. It's all fucked up. Um, I'm trying to think of what else they had. They keep doing this, and now they're doing it again with Craven. And people are probably like, "Why? Why are you trying to get me to get my hopes up when I've seen what you do?" I'm gonna walk in there. I've seen this. I've seen this movie. I'm gonna walk in there, be half excited, maybe hope for like a Spider-Man Easter egg, and then I'm gonna get to the end of the movie, and Columbia Pictures is gonna show up, drop their pants. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And before I know it, their dick has hit me in the face. Like it's done. I'm not doing this no more. Like nobody. That's Craven.
Up is what you're saying. Like the
Yeah,
jig is
it's
up.
like
Okay,
that. Like
the jig is up. Yeah.
unless they've cut this movie to be what I was hoping it would be, where like this new Craven, or like not this new Craven, this Craven that we're seeing, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, is the son of the legacy, the Craven that most people familiar with the IP know. If he's like, and Russell Crowe is the Craven that we know, and then like this new Craven is like a like anti-hero of sorts, or like more heavy on the hero, because the original Craven is a bit of an anti-hero. He's not really a villain. He's just someone who seeks a challenge and doesn't give a fuck how he gets it. Like how he gets it. Legal means be damned. So this new guy could just be like fucking their Wolverine, like new whatever badass, like I fuck people up. I walk in, another like not quite a literally me character, but like a literally like whatever the badass version of that is, where like dudes walking, it's just like, yeah, I walk in with my fucking SEALs Team 6 fucking shirt on, and I always have my eyes on all possible entries and exits, dude. That's me. I'm the fucking guy. I fucking work out. I'm gonna be a SEAL someday. I'm gonna be a Marine, bro. I work out listening to Eminem albums. Like those motherfuckers.
Okay.
Yeah, they might get their movie. I've been talking a lot.
No, you're good. You're good. I have to agree with you. I think that the jig is up. They've been Mobiused up and Mobiused out, and with the failure of like Mobius being such a somehow breaking through the ethos and becoming its own thing, but yet people not watching it, but still like
Yeah.
making fun of it, and then Sony still not getting it. It's like Sony doesn't understand what they have, and they keep trying to like make these bad movies with connections to Spider-Man, and it doesn't really make sense. Craven is a cool character. He's a cool villain. I think he can carry his own movie if you let it be its own thing, like you just said previously. But don't try and connect it to Spider-Man. Don't try and tease me with Tom Hardy. Don't try and tease me with you know the Spider-Man in the Marvel universe. Just let him be its own thing and have its own powers in its own world. And don't try and Easter egg me like you are Marvel and you can make something happen. It's like a guy keeps trying to sell you on the dreams of, I know a guy over at that record label, and he doesn't know a guy at that record label, but he keeps like telling you, if you get hot enough, I could take it to him. And Sony keeps doing the audience like that. If we get hot enough, we could get the real Spidey in this joint, and it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's
or our Spidey.
Yeah, it's literally a pipe dream.
Like, we'll call Andrew Garfield, get that shit worked out. Like,
we'll get
like they keep no what you said.
Yeah,
they keep it's faking people out that don't know that it's the MCU.
It's a pipe dream, and it's getting sad. It's getting really sad. So just let it be its own thing. You got a real director. The guy behind that has done some really good films. You got a real actor who's committed. He's committed to making good comic book films. He's done, the Quicksilver in the MCU, and as well as Kick-Ass, which is one of the best comic book movies. So he's obviously committed. I just wish he hadn't done this. But the movie looks good. I've seen 3 trailers for it. They all look solid. But I just don't want it to flop, and then he thinks it's something he did wrong. Well, I just want you to know, Aaron, you didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong at all. Only thing you did wrong was you teamed up with Sony. That's the only thing you did wrong. You teamed up with Sony. They sold you on the pipe dream, and I'm here to let you know they ain't got the strings like that. They Suge Knight today, but they moving like they Suge Knight in the 90s, when they had Pac and Snoop. But they Suge Knight today where they behind bars and they can't, they got to ask somebody for commissary and all that bullshit. They ain't got the stroke they used to have. So I apologize, Aaron. I apologize. I don't know. Have you had a chance to see former Houston Rockets player Vernon Maxwell? He's an NBA champion. He uploaded a video today on his Instagram page where he crashed out over former NBA player Vincent Askew owing him some money. Here's the part where I'm going to splice in a clip of it, and then you guys can watch it.
Hey, I want to say one thing, like I always do. If nobody told you they love you today, you know, Mad Max, I love you. If you follow Mad Max. Yeah, but one thing I want to say, I want all my NBA brothers, I want y'all to know one thing about this one nigga that's in our fraternity. This nigga, he a sucker ass nigga. He ain't shit. If this nigga call you and ask you for any type of money, this nigga is lying. He's talking about, oh, my nigga, I need your help, man. I'm going through this divorce and all this other dumb shit. Yeah, the nigga name is Vincent Askew. Do not give that nigga a fucking dime. That nigga is broke. He's talking about he just got out of divorce. And do not fuck with this broke ass nigga. This nigga owed me $10,000. And I want my money from you, bitch ass nigga. You broke ass nigga. So he in Memphis. So if he call any one of my NBA brothers, man, do not give that nigga a motherfucking dime. Let that nigga stay in Memphis broke like a roach on the motherfucking street. Yeah. Vincent Askew is the nigga I'm talking about. Do not give that nigga a motherfucking dime. That nigga owed me 10 racks. And I want my motherfucking money, nigga. Get your broke ass, nigga. Yeah, I had to come to this motherfucking platform, nigga, to let everybody know about your broke ass, nigga. Yeah. Nigga, Vincent Askew, nigga. I need my motherfucking bread, nigga. I'm gonna put this shit out on your bitch ass over here on this platform, nigga. Yeah, but like I said, Do not fuck with this nigga Vincent Askew. Don't give that nigga a fucking dime. You hear me? Nigga owe me 10 racks. And I want my motherfucking money, nigga. Yeah. Alright, my peoples. I just had to get that off my chest this morning. But remember, all my NBA brothers, man, this nigga's calling all of us. He already beat me out of 10,000. I don't know who else he done probably beat out of motherfucking money. So, Vincent Askew, fuck you, nigga. And keep that money, motherfucker. How about that? Alright? Yeah. But fuck you, dude. NBA brothers, do not loan that nigga a fucking dime. He should have did right with his shit. Fuck him. Peace. Mad Max, I'm out. Fuck you, Vince. Send me my motherfucking money, nigga.
Okay, what is your thoughts on that video?
No, I just think it's hilarious. I think it's amazing that not even amazing. I'm trying to think of the words. I just think it's hilarious. He's just telling young up and coming players like, "Yo, watch out for this dude. He's a fucking bum. He's this, he's that." And then it's like, but then you look at his stat. Like for me, if I was a younger player, that should be extra funny because I'd look at his stats and be like, "This is a guy that got to where I was like that has been where I'm trying to get to," and like it's just funny watching like old accomplished dudes call each other like bums and shit, like humanize them in a sort of way. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because you think about it, right? Vincent Askew, older guy from the '90s. You're watching these old guys crash out, these unks, for lack of a better term,
Yeah,
crash out on each other over $10,000, and you go, "That's not a lot of money." But then you think about it, it's like they're not getting the same amount of money that these ballers are getting today. That's how you get like other ball players. Like I don't know if you remember, it was a few months ago they had another older basketball player. I think he had made $50 or $60 million across his whole, entire career, but his girl was not cheating on him, but she said that he went broke and now she has to open up an OnlyFans and go back to doing pornography, which is where he found her or something.
it's like you don't have to do that. It's just easy for you to do that.
That's literally what he said. He's like, you don't have to do porn. You know that, right? Like you could go to a restaurant and become a waitress, right? Like you don't have to do porn.
Have to do porn.
Yeah. She was like, I gotta go back to my old ways. And just like he was like, you don't have to do that. And then yeah, I think she opened up her OnlyFans and had quite a little success with it. I know she had motion for a little bit. Went on a few podcasts. I can't remember her name, but if you remember, it was a few months ago.
I can probably type in NBA player, ex-girlfriend, OnlyFans.
Yes, 100%. That will come up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
But
hopefully she gets to Reddit before I do.
I don't know, man. I just think it's funny to see these old heads crashing out on each other. I think that guy needs to pay Vernon his money. That man,
yes.
You stood on business. You said you were gonna take the 10. Don't be the bum he says you are, and pay Vernon his goddamn money. That man worked hard for him.
Pay him them 10 G's.
Paying him 10.
He's obviously missing them.
Facts.
Correct.
Yeah. Got another topic for you. All right. So this is a word of advice. I just want to get your opinion on this one. All right. Question. Headline. Just slept with a girl I was interested and found out her naked body smells bad. She is good looking and smells nice with clothes on, but she takes her clothes off. She has fat girl breast sweat smell. Her skin does not smell or taste nice. Vagina also had unpleasant taste. Ultimately, not liking the smell kills it for me. It was an immediate visceral reaction. Prior to smelling her, I had been seriously thinking about a long-term relationship, not ruling out marriage one day. But now, I don't really want to see her again. In fact, I feel regret about my last relationship and feel I never properly appreciated how good my ex smelled. However, I can't really diplomatically break up with her, or it seems like I was just cynically trying to fuck her, which isn't true. Have you ever broken up with someone over this? I feel like it's very vital to be attracted to someone's smell. So what are your thoughts on this, man?
Well, yeah, of course, because that's one of the senses. But I've never dated a chick like that bad smelling that I had to think about it. So, and then
Mhm.
like it's like a very specific odor because it's like he's talking about her with her clothes off. Like he's differentiating between like with her clothes on, the fabric can hold in the scent that she sprays on herself. Take them shits off, it's just
I'm gonna vomit.
everything that was hiding in everything that was hiding in her rolls just starts seeping out. I can smell that shit. All the sweat she's had on her body throughout the day, just moist. She's just moist, damp smelling bitch. Lady, sorry, said I said a whole like yeah, but anyway, uh, because it's just like, I hate saying bitch these days because like it's the black version of cunt, and it just makes me feel weird whenever I say it. What the fuck was I gonna say? No, yeah, it had to have been especially bad because like I know that feeling that he mentioned specifically of like if a certain chick does something or has like a certain feature that's so bad that it makes you appreciate chicks from before.
Hmm.
It's like I never appreciated how good my ex smelled. I didn't know that shit was hard for y'all. This chick just is fucking dank. She's just dank. She's just out here.
Yeah. I think he
No, yeah,
feels
no, yeah.
bad. I have to say, I think he's going with the right mode of thinking. I think he feels bad because he smelled her. He got the full essence of like her must and her stench, and it just changed him. And it will. If you've never gotten a backdraft and just you've never gotten one of
Yeah.
those. It's rough,
Humans
man.
can smell awful. Yes.
It's rough. It's rough. I'm just saying. So if you've ever gotten with a musty or been near a musty girl, change it. It's a game changer and not for the positive. So I feel him. I'm glad. I think he's making the right decision because that's something you can't get over. In fact, it reminds me of the story. It reminds me of an episode of The Outer Limits. It's an old show from the '90s, sci-fi show called. There's an episode called The First Anniversary, and it's about these two guys that are ugly. These are some ugly dudes. And their women are hotter than fish grease. Like they're dating like Pamela Anderson hot chicks. And you're like, how the hell did these two ugly broke ass dudes get the I mean they have money, but how did these two ugly dudes land these super hot chicks? You come to find out in the show, of course, it's science fiction. They're aliens, and they can only mask their stench for about a year for like so they're together about a year, and then the human starts tasting this just really just disgusting smell, this disgusting taste on his tongue whenever he kisses her, and it's just about how the effects start to fall off. Of course, it's a science fiction, so it's a metaphor about marriage and its long term effects, how you can fall for somebody and then the roses go away and then you're left with a piece of
Right.
shit. Yes, obviously some mad scientist wrote it or whatever the fuck. That's not the point. The
Right.
point is the story reminded me of that episode, and it ended with the guy killing himself. So I do not want him to end up like that guy. Just break it off now. I've already seen where this goes. Don't do it, brother. It's not worth it. If the bitch is musty, buy her a bar of soap, wash your motherfucking ass, and leave.
Some people, but I will say some people do just have conditions
Some people
where
have
they
a
just
musk on them that they can't just take.
get off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I'm talking about like they're just not compatible. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I was talking about people that just there are some people that exude odors. I've heard of this condition where they just smell bad and there's nothing you can do about it. Like they'll take. I think we went to middle school with a chick like that. I'm not gonna say a name or allude to what her name is. I remember her, and I remember there was even one point where like one a chick friend of mine, like there was this girl that I was friends with that was mutual friends with her, and she was like, "No, I've spent the night at her house," and I was just like, "So." And she was cool enough for me to ask this. I was just like, "What is up with that smell though? Like, does she always smell like?" She was like, "No, she takes showers and shit. I think she just has something. She just smells like that." I was like, "All right, so I'm not tripping." She's like, "Nah, I think some people just have that shit." I think this chick might be
That's
one of
pretty
those
crazy.
situations, but you
Yeah.
can't be living with that.
You can't live
I
with
mean,
that
don't
now.
feel bad if you can't live with that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's not
The
something that like
smell
you
is
should be
very
shamed
important.
into dealing
Yeah.
with. It's not something I
Yeah.
don't think you should be shamed of dealing with it. I don't think you are the asshole in the situation, and I think that you should honestly be you should tell her up front. You should be like, I can't handle the smell. You know, you should
If
be
anything, I
honest.
think he's pretty nice for like trying to like parse this out. Like he's trying to like he's even resorting to asking people online, "Am I the asshole?" Like she smells really bad, guys, but I like fucking leave her. Like everything's cool, but she just smells like shit. Am I the asshole? No.
Been another edition. This has been
Happy 30th anniversary to PlayStation, since we were talking about Sony earlier. Also,
yeah. Happy 30th
Joe
anniversary to
Smith.
PlayStation.
Joe Smith, basketball player. From the earlier I thought you would immediately catch on. From the earlier story.
Well, Vernon Maxwell.
With the OnlyFans, the chick no, Joe Smith.
Oh, Joe
Vernon
Smith was in.
Maxwell.
I thought we were talking about
That
Vernon Maxwell.
No, I know, but he's the guy after that. We were talking. He's the guy who had the chick, the ex-wife, that's making an OnlyFans.
I couldn't remember the baller's name. Okay, yeah, Joe Smith is the older
Joe Smith.
basketball player whose wife was cooking him online, talking about she secretly opened up an OnlyFans account without his knowledge.
I think her name is Keisha Chavez. So, yeah, I mean, we'll catch you guys later. I'm typing that in the into Reddit search as we speak.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when the next episode of It's Too Early for All That comes up.
Bingo.